WHGE 95.3 FM. Coming up, the Open Eye Live, Facebook Live. Tune in. Yes, we live, y'all. Come on in. Wait a minute. Let me get you in there. Yeah, let me get you in there. All right. Yeah. Stuff flying around up in here. Hey, hope ain't no corona flying around up in here, y'all. Yeah. Sherry. That's my baby, y'all. No, Sherry, baby. That's my baby, y'all. She in the house. Okay. So in there. Well, I'm going to get them started. Yes, indeed. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Yes, I did. All right, I got it on there. I'm going to Nsoromma be here soon. Okay. I'm get a watch up there. Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. Get some invites going here. But Sherry, you already there. I'm going to go on. Get y'all in here. Come on in. Come on in. All right. Then we get started up. Let me check that out. All right. Happy birthday. Is it who's the birthday? It was somebody's birthday. I think it's Steve. Happy birthday, brother. Yeah. You know, we that's let me tell you about Sherry, because I see her say, all right now, but we having folks thinking something else now. Look, Sherry is my cousin on my Facebook side, in case y'all ain't know. Don't get no trouble, y'all. All right. That's still my baby, though. Okay, that's all right. We still on there. All right. We gotta get them started. Get my theme music up here. All right. Oh, the mic is hot. That's all right. My mic is slipping. All right. Well, the theme music, y'all. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey. Nsoromma in the house. That's
Face mask.
Yes, sir. Good morning, my children of the sun. Welcome to the Open Eye on WHGE 95.3 FM, the education station. And this is your third eye optometrist, Patrice Gibbs, your host, joined by my co-host and partner in consciousness, Nsoromma. Good morning, brother. Oh, let me turn your mic up. Get your mic high.
Good morning, homie. Good morning, world. What's good?
All right. We ready to get it started. Ready to put it on them. Like we always do. And like I always tell you, don't wait until Saturday at 11 a.m. Be here Saturday at 11 a.m. But you ain't got to wait until Saturday at 11 a.m. to tune in to WHGE 95.3, the education station, because we educate you all week. And if we ain't educating you, we got some swinging music on, baby. Yes, D. Who that? Oh, okay. Yes, D. I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. You see where some of us stand at, where your moral compass is. That's where we're gonna start at this morning. All right, have a little fun here. All right, this test has only one question, but it's a very important one. By giving an honest answer, you will discover where you stand morally. The test features an unlikely and completely fictional situation in which you will have to make a decision. Only you will know the results because you ain't got to tell us. So remember that your answer needs to be completely honest. Be honest with yourself. Here's the situation. You're in Palm Beach with chaos all around you caused by a hurricane. And there's a flood of biblical proportions. You're a photojournalist working for a major newspaper and you're caught in the middle of this epic disaster. The situation is nearly hopeless. You're trying to shoot career-making photos. There are houses and people swirling all around you. Some disappearing under the water. Nature is unleashing all of its destructive fury. Now here's the text.
Right.
Okay. Suddenly, you see a man in the water. He is fighting for his life, trying not to be taken under with the debris.
And the current. Okay.
And the current. Yep. You move closer. Somehow this man looks like, wow, it's Donald Trump. At the same time, you realize the raging waters are about to take him under forever. Okay.
Bye, baby.
You have two options. You can save the life of Donald Trump, or you can shoot a dramatic Pulitzer Prize winning photo documenting the last minute of one of the world's most powerful and evil men who is hell bent on destroying the USA. Here's the decision. Here's the question. Would you select a high contrast color film or just go with the basic simplicity of black and white? Because I know damn well you're going to let him go under. This is the Open Eye. I'm Patrice Gibbs.
Nsoromma. No, I would actually throw him a rope that ain't hooked to nothing.
I heard that. Ain't nobody there.
Ain't nobody on the other end to pull it in, but I'll throw him a rope.
I heard that. Good luck with that.
Just to stay godly.
You know, the hell with the orange disaster. We got to let him go.
Most definitely.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that might sound cold, but it is what it is. This is the Open Eye. Yeah, we play with y'all a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Yeah. We keep it serious. We real. We ain't playing. We ain't play fighting. But you know, little minute of brevity there.
I don't know no fight that's play, even play fighting.
How about that? How about that? That's right. your third eye optometrist, and your intellectual surgeon, right here live on the air.
Yeah, I got.
Yes, you know, let me tell you something. If I'm silent, it's because there's thunder inside me, or I'm just chilling. It depends. May the odds be forever in your favor. Time always reveals what's yours. So don't let your doubt block your blessings. Your impatience signals to the universe that you don't believe in what you deserve. Trust that bigger is coming and get ready for it.
Right.
That's what you need to do today to get prepared for more. What's meant for you is flowing to you. And whatever and what was never yours is fleeing from you. When it sorts itself out, you will be amazed how worthy the universe knows you are. A lot of people don't understand that. You know, I often talk about power. And it's something that we as a people, we don't really seem to understand. Okay, let me give you the meaning of power and the objective of power. The objective of power is to take, transfer, maintain, wield, and expand power. Will, have, and be able to use power and influence. What is power? Power is the ability to bring about your aspirations to reality, regardless of any opposing force trying to stop you. Okay? Embrace your power. You do have power.
Yeah, and I was listening to this guy yesterday, and he was telling me, or I got from the understanding of him, we are superhuman.
Yes.
For the simple fact that we come from all the things that the existence of the world is made of. You understand? All the atoms and the elements, all the atoms and the elements of the cosmos lie within our DNA, makes us up as that super person. So everybody, as a human, is that super person.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And like you said, we are special amongst people. You know, I seen a sister, and I don't know why brothers go there with sisters. Ask the sister, well, your hair, yeah, I got upside down. I thought so. I'm gonna fix that, y'all. You know, ask the sister, I guess because of the texture of her hair or whatever. What she was mixed with. She told him melanin and stardust. I just go ahead, sister.
Yeah, because that's what it's normally. What's up, Haran? He said protons and minerals.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's all kind of things that you can say we made of, but actually through scientific understanding, the whole galaxy is made of nothingness.
Energy.
Right.
That's what we are.
It's nothingness, it's just energy.
Yeah.
And this energy makes you to be what you see.
Well, we're going deep on y'all this morning.
Word.
You know, let me tell you something. Energy, the energy that we are, energy does not dissipate. Okay? It just transforms.
Right.
And what a lot of us don't understand is, you know, you say how spiritual you are, religious, and this, that, and the other. You are not a human trying to have a spiritual existence. You are a spiritual being having a human existence.
Right.
This is just a stop on the way to your higher self. Understand that. My man, Angel Ramirez. Okay, this brother, he has a YouTube channel called Everybody Hates Angel. All right, and his YouTube channel is correctly named because the brother brings some stuff that a lot of us, and especially not them, are not ready for. And
Us and them. Who are they? Us and them.
White supremacy.
Okay.
I'm not ready for it. And he said, he does not, he said he stopped caring about other people's definition of who we are. Because no matter what we do or say, we will always be seen in a negative light. Seeking approval from those that hate you is a futile task. You gotta stop that. Maybe we can't redefine blackness in a white society, but we can stop caring about what others think of us. We can stop seeking their validation and start allowing them to steal the things
that we create.
And that, they try to convince us is negative. Our music, our people, and our land. I'm an African, a descendant of enslaved Africans.
Right.
This is a taster of some of the things that we need to get a hold of.
I still say first we all need to come together and attack and write our lawsuits individually to this governmental system and president system that has done us all wrong. And we put in single lawsuits individually, every black person, and that's how we got to attack this situation. We have to make them pay from the pocket, because that's the only thing they understand.
Right. Yo, you got that right.
When you mess with their monies, that's when you know we doing what we supposed to do.
Other than that, cutting up right now.
That's why what?
They cutting up right now.
Oh yeah, they ain't getting no money. They making the world shut down. Everybody ain't being able to go make the money that they make. They used to making $15,000 a week, and now they down to $50 a week. They upset about that. They have to go in their bank account and pay some of their stuff and pay their bills. It's costing them. That's what we have to do. We have to make it cost them to mess with us.
That's right.
And we don't do that. Yes, so we need to really do that. Yeah, most of all.
Now yesterday, I posted a video of these people out here protesting.
I seen that. Yeah, I seen that.
These fools out here protesting the quarantine. And not only are they protesting the quarantine, they protesting even wearing the mask.
I'm saying, how are they out there protesting? And it's like 50, 60, 70, 100 of them. And you got 3 black people standing together and the police go get them. Why they didn't go get these protesters and break it up? I mean, they're all in the same unit. You know what I mean? You got to really understand and see what we're dealing with.
Yeah, it's called white privilege, bro.
Right, that white privilege has got to stop. Everybody's the same. Yeah. We're all human beings, so treat us all like human beings, or don't treat us, period.
Now, you know what? Now, they didn't do it here, all right? But most of the places, I've seen Michigan, whatever other places it was, Michigan stands out in my mind because they were up in the governor's office with firearms.
Yay.
Well, protesting with firearms look real different depending on your race. All right. The Black Panthers carry guns to save their community from police violence. Michigan demonstrators carry guns because they want haircuts.
Right. And want to come outside.
Yeah.
In the pandemic.
That's word. Let me tell you something. It's kind of confusing. All right. They say they have a right to protest, but they get angry when Kaepernick takes a knee.
Right, like their protest is above anybody else's protest.
Right.
Yeah, right, man. That's what I mean, man.
You say your body is your own. You got a right to do what you want. But you get angry at a woman who demands the same. You're against abortion, saying every life is precious, yet you're willing to sacrifice your parents and grandparents for the damn economy. You claim coronavirus is fake, but some of y'all run around with a mask and a gown and gloves. You say healthcare is a privilege, but you want COVID-19 hospitalization covered by the government. You say socialism is bad, yet your hand is out for that stimulus check, unemployment benefits, and you wait in line at the food bank. See, you're just full of it. You're just full of it.
And another thing about that stimulus check, everybody that's getting them, that's just opening up a can of worms for the government to go in and check out the taxes you've been doing for the last 15 years. So if you did anything, any taxes wrong for the last 15 years, they're going to come get their money after you cash that check.
I'm gonna tell you something else about that check. All right. Had a couple of people tell me their electric bill didn't come. Yeah, they forgave their electric bill. They ain't gonna have to pay no electric.
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh yes, you are. Oh yes, you are. I see some of y'all, with that stimulus check, and you're buying shoes and televisions and all kind of stuff.
First of all, they got to break down and understand the language. Stimulus. Stimulus means that's only a loan. And somehow they're going to get their money back. You understand? So don't think it's no free money. Government gives nothing free.
No. This is America.
They used to give that free cheese, and what that cheese did was stop you up. So that wasn't even free. You dumb, Pat.
Hey, what I'm gonna tell you, you want to know what pisses me off about? Can I say that? I did. I guess I can.
Well, it's going now.
Yeah. About unemployment people getting a stimulus check or extra $600 a week. Not a damn thing. Ain't nothing makes me mad about that, because
what's up?
Other people who are struggling are not my enemy. And their bank account and what they buy is none of my business. And I say it's none of my business, but I'm advising you to be careful with that stimulus money.
Right.
And just because you ain't get your electric bill, just because you didn't get you didn't get no pressure on your rent, you didn't get no eviction notice. You didn't get no eviction notice because the damn courts are closed. All right. Soon as them courts open up, some of y'all gonna be out on the street if you ain't got that rent money.
Right. If you ain't put it in an escrow account or something, or save it under your mattress or something, and you just thinking that this is a free ride. It's not a free ride. It's just a postponement of all your bills until this is over.
That's right.
If it takes 6 months, you need 6 months worth of bill money when it open back up. So please don't be gullible or dumb about this situation.
That's right.
We always fall for it. We're the only ones fall for it as Black people.
And understand where we at. I like the way Colin Powell put this.
How he put it?
He said, we have come to live in a society based on insults, on lies, and on things that just aren't true. It creates an environment where deranged people feel empowered. See, that's what all them people out there yesterday, a couple of them, they waving to me and blowing the horn at me.
Right.
You're deranged because you're out there protesting against your own health.
Not only that, you can spread that to around in the area. So people that wearing masks, you actually jump on you and beat you up. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, you put my life in danger with your little protests. You know what I'm saying?
And most of them, and I got something to say on that about the mask. Most of them weren't out there wearing a mask.
Right.
Most of them were out there with no mask on. They weren't practicing no social distance. And let me tell you something. Look. I had it written down.
Jermaine.
I had it written down. Let me see. I like to write things down.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Here you go. Okay.
Hey, Kim.
Do face masks make sense? Let me explain this for dummies. Okay. Imagine we all were running around naked and somebody peed on you, and you get wet right away. Now, if you
Now what?
If you're wearing pants, some pee will go through, but not as much. So you better protect it. But if the guy who pees on you is also, thanks, brother, is also wearing pants, the pee stays with him and you do not get wet. Is that clear? So if you got on a mask,
right,
okay, then the air that somebody else is breathing ain't gonna get it. It's not gonna be as strong on you. If they got on a mask too, both of y'all good. Do you understand that?
Right.
Do you understand that? See, all these you gotta know what this is about.
GG.
Yeah. All these reopen protests are about one thing: getting poor people disqualified for that unemployment. That's it. That's the end game. See, getting you back out there. Now, I looked at this video. And this woman was in the UK, and she's the chief executive officer of the nurses of the UK or something like that.
Right.
Whatever it is, she's the top one. Now, a lot of people gonna say, and me and Brother Bourne, we discussed this. that on the video she slipped up and said, well, you know, we didn't get enough people infected.
Right. That's what she said. I seen that same thing too.
Yeah.
You got to listen to these people. These people have agendas, and their agendas is directed at poor people, people of color, and brown people.
Right.
So, I mean, if you ain't on point to recognize what's going on around you, you're going to be caught up in the sweep of one of them dead bodies that be thrown on the side of the road or in the U-Haul. They got bodies laying in the graveyard that ain't even been buried yet. You don't get no news on this. You ain't getting no kind of information that this is going on.
Right.
But yet, it's happening. So what did that tell you?
Now, what we came up with when we were discussing it, Vaughn and I, was that, okay, that slip was we didn't get enough people tested. Okay, but there were some other things that she said in that video that, yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. Yeah, maybe so. Okay. That's what I did. There were some other things in that video that she said that were just as disturbing. Okay, maybe she did say, you know, maybe she meant to say we didn't test enough people instead of we didn't affect enough people, you know. But she also mentioned something very interesting, and that was logging and tracking. Okay, so what she's talking about is logging and tracking people, which is also very shaky. Y'all, you fools out there protesting the quarantine. You want something to protest? Protest the invasion of logging and tracking. Who are they going to log and track? Because with their effort to put a black face on the coronavirus, okay, they're going to log and track black people. And I had somebody tell me that one of the reasons that more black people are you know, being strongly infected, you know, why the higher percentage of black people are being infected is because of the our deficiency of vitamin D. Okay, and
Cousin Joe,
you know, they were real adamant about this is what's happening. This is from a black person. Okay, they were very adamant because it was in the Wall Street Journal.
So vitamin D only comes from the sun. Yeah. So unless you go out and buy vitamin D and you're not exposed to the sun, you won't get that particular vitamin. And as all of us do, our time in the sun is very limited because we work inside, we live inside, we sleep inside. I mean, everything that we do is inside now, and it's not outside like our ancestors were. Our ancestors used to get vitamin D and don't get no symptoms, no flus, no nothing. Right. But now,
and we do suffer a deficiency of vitamin D.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, it's, you know, they play with the numbers. They're playing with the numbers. Okay, it's not that more black people are being infected. It's more black people that are dying because they're not being tested and they're not being treated. Okay, and I'm gonna have a lot more on that in a minute, but something else I want to get to. We had a discussion about this cat a couple of weeks ago.
Who it is?
Alex Jones.
Oh yeah, Alex Jones.
Yeah. Well, did you hear what Alex Jones said? Right. He said he considering eating neighbors.
Yeah.
If COVID-19 lockdown continues.
Yeah, I read that. I read that.
Man, look, he said, I'm ready to hang them up and gut them and skin them. He said, now you think you gonna stir crazy from the corona lockdown?
Right.
Alex Jones could probably top whatever disturbing thoughts you might have.
He said he wanted Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, he said he admits it. He won't eat his neighbors. And that's what it comes down to.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, and he's predicting a future plagued by food shortages. Hey, if you live in his neighborhood, move. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
Because he's gonna fry you up.
I think it's more than vitamin E too, Kim, but I mean vitamin D too, because there's a lot going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's Kim saying? We gonna address that.
All right. Kim said
more than that.
Yeah, she said I think it's more than vitamin D. I think it's about what we eat and how we eat. Of course, and I think it's about the food because all the food is spiked and tainted. So if you ain't really understanding growing your own vegetables in your backyard and in your kitchen window, you are most likely to be poisoned. You're most likely to be poisoned. You know what I'm saying? So we got to watch everything. We're the one that's being pointed out for the cause. You know what I'm saying?
Now listen up, Kim, because I said this a couple of weeks and I'm gonna say this every week so that we understand.
Right.
Yes, it is more than vitamin D because we have other conditions. You know, we're dealing with diabetes, high blood pressure, asthma. Okay, and these are conditions like my man said about the food because so many of our people live in food closets. So be careful about mentioning the COVID-19 deaths in the Black community, you know, and bringing up high blood pressure and diabetes and our diet and what have you. When you bring that up,
right,
make sure you mention the poverty, the redlining, gentrification, food deserts, like Nsoromma said, healthcare disparities, environmental and systematic institutional racism that leads to those underlying conditions.
That's right, man. Yo, it's deeper. This is a strategic, systematic move that they're doing, and we have to be paying attention. I mean, we really have to come together and get our own everything: banks, our own schools, our own libraries, our own. Though we know that this is going to benefit us for a good cause. You know what I'm saying? That's and there's no underlining issue about okay, I did this for you. We need this back. No, we want to be out of the kindness of our heart and the goodness of our being.
That's it. That's it. You know.
Yeah,
but there's a reason you tune into the open eye. That education.
Corona. Yo, Jermaine, what's good?
I'm off. Yeah. That's it. No, you bring that? No, a CD cover.
Oh no, I will look at the phone, man.
Oh, okay.
I'll just put the phone up.
Oh, okay. It's cool. You know, listen. The song that you hear now is called That Rona by Nsoromma. All right.
Yeah.
Where is it on?
Nsoromatopic.com.
Yeah. Make sure you hit that.
Right. That Rona.
You get all Nsoromma's music. Do that. All right. Good morning, Brother Vaughn in the house.
What up, Brother Vaughn?
Yes, sir.
And Sherry, as usual. You stay, what's up, Sherry?
Stay with us. Like I said, you know, that's my cousin on the Facebook side.
She said, keep taking care, keep taking the career enhancement photos, Pat.
Big old Sherry. Yeah, I got love and love for you, sister. Yeah, I've heard. WHGE 95.3 FM, the open eye. Yeah, you know, I like to always include a little history.
That's right.
You know, and sometimes the history is disturbing, but sometimes the history is inspiring. And today I want to tell you about a group of ladies you may not have known about. And they're the Real Housewives of the Detroit League. Okay, these were the African American women who shut down the meat industry in the Midwest. In 1935, African American women were doing more than just sitting at home sewing and waiting for their husbands. No, the women of Detroit formed a group called the Detroit Housewives League. They were tired of the many businesses that would take Black people's money but were not willing to hire them. If the business wanted the Black people's money, then the Detroit Housewives were going to make sure that they were willing to hire them as well.
Okay.
The league was founded in 1930 by Fannie Peck. That's Fannie Peck of Detroit. By 1935, there were 9,000 members in the organization. The league helped to
Wow.
create over 70,000 jobs for Black women and men as well. Fannie Peck founded the Detroit League, Detroit Housewives League. Okay.
See, I like that for
1930.
the simple fact that, you know, it's one part in there that they leave out a lot.
Mhm.
You said women and men. Because a lot of them leave out the men, man.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't understand that. Like, well, why do they leave out the men and a lot of stuff that they do when, you know, we all together?
Right. You know, I don't understand that myself, brother, but you know, like I said, you know, I had to bring that one up. Now I have to again, you know, someone that has great love for Black women,
Right?
okay, and what they're going through. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I'm gonna get to some business because even though this is another thing about history.
Uh-huh.
I thought this was a great read. Brother wrote article. Shoot. Brother wrote an article entitled "That's Why I Don't Support Black-Owned Businesses." Now, you know, it's something you would think that that came from the title of the article, makes a bold statement, and you would assume that that statement is made by some racist, narrow-minded white person. But that assumption would be incorrect. It's usually uttered by someone who is Black or of African descent.
That's because they part of the agenda.
Yeah.
They really are educated to what's going on for
Yeah.
real, and they just running their mouth.
You know what? See, here's the thing. When you hear a Black person say that, this same Black person, okay, will go in an Arab or Asian store and take all kind of abuse
and then still give them their
and
money.
still give them their money.
Yeah, I mean,
you know. And then when it comes time to deal with their own, you know, they expect to be treated as though they're royalty walking in the door.
Wow.
You know, and how many times have you seen me deal with people when I was in printing that had to have the hookup?
I mean, every Black person that came in had to have a hookup. That's
Yes.
just like any other business a Black person have. When a Black person come in, they look for the better deal than the white guy. Like, you know, the white people do Black people. When you go in their store, they do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
White people look out for their people, and
Right.
then when the Black person come in, they charge this person $8, and then they charge the other person, the Black person, an extra $2 to make up for that $8 that they just let their buddy go for.
That's right.
So they know how to hand it out and take it back real fast from
That's
us.
So and the thing is now this thing works both ways because I have gone in some Black businesses. You know, I go out of my way. You know, I know there's a lunch counter downtown. And the brother opened up, I knew him, he was a photographer. He opened the lunch counter. So I'm going there daily for lunch. Okay?
Right?
The thing is, he put his mother-in-law on the counter, on the cashier.
Okay.
So you had to go pay her. All right?
All right.
She an older lady, try to treat her with respect. Okay? What you get?
That's the way she was talking to you?
Oh man, she talked real breezy and sweet to me. Man, I told him, brother, look, we want to patronize your business. But ain't nobody gonna spend money for that disrespect. Now you got some people, like I said, they'll go take that crap off of Asians and this, that, and the other. But you know how we are. We feel as though when we come before our own, we need to be treated better than that.
Right.
And to a great degree, I agree with that. The thing is, don't take that off the other man and then when you get to your own, you know, you got a big problem with it. But at the same time, everybody needs to be treated with courtesy and respect when they're spending their money.
I'm in period. You don't even have to be spending money.
Yeah.
You period as an individual should have fire in you that, you know, would want you to treat other people like you want to be treated. If we all felt like that, it wouldn't be no need for some of the stuff that we go through, because we all know. I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain, sister. And if I'm trying to help you and I feel your pain really, I'm going to not cause no more pain.
That's it.
So, I mean, we lose the fact of helping each other through helping ourselves first.
Now, here's something you need to understand. I'll give you this last paragraph on that. Just as you are an individual, each Black-owned business is unique. They are not all the same. They do not all have terrible customer service.
Right.
Nor are they all cutting corners when it comes to operating as a respectable business.
Right.
You will have some good experiences with Black-owned businesses, and you will have some bad. When looking for a product or service to be fulfilled by Black-owned business, make sure it is a legit business. Checking to make sure the business is legit will ensure your rights as a consumer. Okay? Support Black-owned businesses, you know, just as you would your family, because that's what it's about.
Right.
You know? And I'm going to tell you another one here. All right? Now, there's a brother that owned a bookstore. And this hurt me. This really hurt me.
Right.
As a writer. Brother owned a bookstore downtown. And most of his books were,
it was a bookstore.
It was a bookstore.
Okay.
Okay, it was a bookstore. You know, whatever his content was, whatever his inventory was.
Okay.
I'm a writer. I published 3 books. Came in, brother. Yo, you know, I got these 3 books. Can we, you know, make something happen? Put my books on the shelf, you know, on consignment, and, you know. And he said, well, what are they about? Okay, so I broke it down to him. He looked the books over and gave them back to me. Them books jumped right back in my hand. He said, I'll think about it. And he wasn't real pleasant about it. I said, okay. So I went ahead on it.
But I hate people like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate the aura that people carry like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a punch in the mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's crazy, man, that we do that to each other. But yet, a white guy come in with a comic book that don't mean nothing and ain't beneficial to our community, and he'll put it on the shelf and put a light on it and shine a light on it and make it look all beautiful and all. Yo, that's crazy, man. That we got this.
Now, here's the crazy part of that story.
Man.
I went down to the white-owned bookstore and told them that I was the author of 3 books. Well, they knew that, well, you're local. You're a local writer? Oh, yeah, give us the books. How many books you got with us?
Of course.
And they put them right on the shelf.
Wow.
Put one in the window.
Wow.
Local author.
Right. You local because you here. They representing you because they're here with you, and it's a bookstore, and y'all all work together. But most people don't see the big picture.
No.
That's what we can't see as a black community, man. We can't see the big picture.
No.
But listen, do you feel coronavirus symptoms? Cough, fever, difficult breathing? If the answer is yes to any of these questions, stop by our free screening and test site for Wilmington residents. For an appointment, call 302-428-6586. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Kingswood Community Center, 2300 Bauer Street, Wilmington, Delaware. Kingswood Community Center and Christiana Hospital. Christiana Care. Don't hesitate to call and get yourself checked out.
Information on open eye.
Yeah.
Relax. Relax.
Tasha, Keon, I still see you with me. GG, what's up? Hey, yo, Jermaine, you still on the couch chilling, soaking in this knowledge? That's what's up.
I heard that.
Denise. What's good, Miss Jackson?
Now, like I told y'all, I'm a published author. Now, today, I'm going to upload the video on YouTube. Make sure you catch it.
Right.
Right. And I'm going to put some links in there for Nsoromma's music. And also how you can get my books.
Carmen.
And make sure you get that information. And make sure you get Hold that up there. Organized unity for progressive revolution. That's the blueprint for how we get ourselves together. Don't want to miss this information. I made the book cheap, all right, so that you can get it, you know, last word, so you can get a hold of this information. I kept it short and sweet. Organized unity for progressive revolution. That's where I live.
Progressive revolution. You understand?
Forward moving change.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, you can get that. You got time. All right. Also, explicit notions of a born rebel. You don't want to miss my books, baby.
And listen, these is books. These is real books. This ain't no little 3-4 page book. You want to get the knowledge and the information. You heard, Mr. Gibbs?
Big time. Hold on, we'll get that music in there for people on the air. Okay. All right. All right. My third book, A Visit with Uncle Richard. Okay. Let me tell you something. All of us had elders. Uncle Richard taught me how to fish, cuss, and spit. But Uncle Richard also taught me who I am. That's what it is.
Okay, right.
All right. Don't Deny, brought to you by Delaware Center for Homeless Vets.
Right.
Changing veterans' lives all over Delaware. All right, let's get back to it, y'all. All right, now, a little more history. J. Marion Sims. Y'all might want to write that down. J. Marion Sims was a gynecologist in the 1800s who purchased black women slaves and used them as guinea pigs for his untested surgical experiments.
Wow.
Yeah. He repeatedly performed genital surgery on black women without anesthesia because, according to him, black women don't feel pain. Now, despite his inhumane tests on black women, Sims was named the father of modern gynecology.
Wow.
And his statue, which needs to come down, stands right outside the New York Academy of Medicine.
Wow.
J. Marion Sims. Now, see, here's the awful part about this cat. Okay? His mindset still affects the way black women and black people, geez Louise, are treated in the healthcare industry. Yeah. Open it up.
Yeah. Focus on all the way to the end.
Yeah. Right. It still affects the way black women and black people are treated in the healthcare industry.
Pulling the ear.
Is it? Okay. Okay. We straightening out my mask, y'all. Having a little technical difficulty live on the air, live radio happens. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So then it's just not.
Pull that all the way to the end of the loop.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's cool. Take it off. It don't matter because that's what keep it. That's what's stopping you from doing it.
Okay. Well, then it's too loose.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. See, it's just too loose. Tighten up something up. But like I said, you know, black women have long faced racism in healthcare. COVID-19 is just showing you how, you know, it's just amplifying the fact that that goes on. Okay? A Brooklyn teacher tried 3 times to get treatment for coronavirus.
Right.
Yeah, now she's fighting for her life. But wow. Yeah.
So how's she gonna try 3 times if she couldn't get the test? What was going on with that?
Yeah, they kept sending her home. They kept denying her the test, you know, kept sending her away.
Now tell me something. As a legal, I mean, we ain't lawyers, but as a legal aspect, they kept turning her away before they, you know, they decided to give her the coronavirus, and now she's on her deathbed.
Right.
Do you think her family got a lawsuit for that? I mean, what goes on with that? Bobby Lee, what's good?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. You know, because her condition worsened, and she was actually too weak to even take the subway to the nearest hospital.
Wow.
She had to call 911. When the ambulance arrived, the EMTs were convinced it was just a panic attack.
Wow.
not COVID-19. One of them sat with her, with Raina Zellmungan, who is black, asking her questions to help calm her down. When he asked her about her long-term dreams and goals, she replied, my goal today is not to die.
Right.
The hell? You asking about her long-term goal? What kind of mess is that? The MTs left her to head to the next call. They left her.
Wow. See, that's ignorant all the way around, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ignorant all the way around.
So she found her own way to the emergency room at Brookdale Hospital. There, she was placed in an area with people who had tested positive for COVID-19, but she wasn't tested herself. Now, she didn't have it. She got it now. She got it now.
Right.
She got it now. Doctor said her lungs sounded clear. Terrified she would contract the virus if she hadn't already, she went on home.
Right. Khalil, what's up?
Less than 24 hours later, she was on a ventilator fighting for her life.
24 hours later. Wow.
At the same damn hospital.
Tanya.
Nia Mungan, the attending physician, told her that her sister was the sickest patient they had.
Wow. That's messy.
That's messy.
Yo, that's messy.
And what was her goal? Not to die today. This is how black women are being treated during this whole pandemic.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Yep. You know. Now, y'all out there spreading the corona, I like the way my man Leonard Pitts said it. He said he might die from the corona, but he's not going to die from stupid. You know? He said, I have no idea how it's going to happen. I might die having a tree fall on me, or eating tainted shellfish, or being struck by lightning. But this much I guarantee. I will not die of having wagered my life that TV carnival barkers, political half-wits like the Orange Disaster, and Make America Great Again hat-wearing geniuses know more than the experts with RNs, MDs, and PhDs after their names. In other words, I'm not going to die from stupid. Another one of my Facebook cousins, Tracy Johnson, posted this.
What's up, Tracy?
Yes, indeed. I hope you out there, Tracy. But Tracy always give me some good stuff. She always give me some good stuff. All right.
That's right. That's what we want our listeners and our public audience to do. Send in and write us and let us know what you want to do. And if you got good information that needs to be on the open eye, send it. Don't hesitate.
Now, Tracy posted this thing by Craig Jacob. Craig said, I can't. I just can't. I just logged on. And the first thing my eyes saw was a post about Costco requiring patrons to wear a mask or other face covering starting next week. There were over 600 comments from people with an absolute meltdown. I mean, wow, man. Like boycotting counseling memberships, counting foot-stomping meltdown. So I'm just going to give my friends fair warning. I had enough of this trend of self-pity disguised as patriotism, because that's not what it is. You don't need to be a doctor or a scientist or an expert or anything else on this particular issue. You just need to be able to see in front of your nose. Things to consider before you start clutching your pearls and stomp off indignity or get a case of the vapors over this intolerable assault on your human rights of wearing a mask just to shop at Costco. You are not the center of the universe, you idiot. Nor am I. Our supply chain is struggling. Retailers are spread crazy thin and cannot handle more of their staff being out sick or quarantined. They can't have it. Hourly retail workers have parents, children, and spouses who are medically fragile, and they simply want to work in the safest possible environment.
Right.
How dare they? Costco in particular has a long history of paying its employees a better wage than any of their competitors, and provides really solid benefits. And they are probably a company worth supporting.
Right.
You know? No business owner wants to end up being sued when an essential retail worker gets sick or infects a bunch of people because, let's face it, the government's promises to handle the financial impacts of this hasn't exactly panned out for business yet. There are bigger assaults on one's freedom and autonomy. Did you know that many adult women can't get the tubes tied without their partner's permission?
That's married?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I believe that. You don't tie your stuff up with me and I'm married to you. I might want to do something.
You know? So, abortion bans are going on, child trafficking, sex trade, discrimination of age, gender, religion, sex, so on and so forth.
And don't forget the organ selling
right
from these corona victims that say, okay, you was in a car accident, but we're gonna put you down like you died from the corona, and we're gonna get rid of these parts that you got. Yeah, that's what's going on too. Don't think it ain't.
That's word. So just imagine the amount of privilege and comfort you gotta have to be so insulted or tortured by what at worst is a mild inconvenience because you gotta wear a mask. So don't get all up in your Scarlett O'Hara. Just stop. Ask yourself if all the battles to pick, and this one in the whole wide world right now, that this is going to be the one that you're going to battle, that you got to wear a mask at Costco's.
Wow.
With all the stuff going on in the world, your petty ass.
Right. That's what I mean, it's so
yeah,
that's crazy, man. Small-minded, being so small-minded is just the ignorance thing. You know what I mean?
The bottom line is don't be an ass. Just put on the mask on your self-centered face, your mouth-breathing face, and let the greeter see the smile in your eyes as we hit off to buy our cases of bottled water, pool floats, and 10 bags of Cheetos or whatever. You'll be just fine. Right. That's right. People are out here protesting to be waitresses and hairdressers again. People out here demanding that their waitresses and hairdressers go back to work. That's what they really want. The idea is to force the service industry to serve them despite the risk to the service. They don't give a damn. Have you ever wondered what modern white America would think about slavery today? Consider the white women yelling and screaming because no one will die to do their frosted bangs. They feel every bit as entitled to their own lives, to own the lives of others as they did 150 years ago. This is the crap that we're putting up with in America in the midst of this. Y'all complain about everything being closed. You know what? Now you complain about wearing masks inside of places that are open. You know what? Go ahead and drink the damn disinfectant.
Or eject it.
Go ahead and snort a few lines.
Comic.
Go ahead and snort a few lines of comic. I ain't got no sympathy for that dumbass.
Definitely don't have no sympathy for you.
The open eye.
Yo, Khalil, what's good? Hey, Tanya, I see you watching. What's up? Tasha? Yeah. Hey, yo, Lee, step your basketball game up. I ain't forgot. Tommy, too. You too, Tom. Y'all can't really ball. That's right. We exercise around here. You know what I mean? We don't play no games.
No, we don't. No, we don't. We're looking at it.
6 minutes. Yeah. Let me fresh your arm.
Oh, it's this one. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you heard about this. The open eye. Let me tell you something.
What?
Let me tell you something. This thing is affecting people, I mean, it's really taking a toll on people, not just their healthcare wise, but some of those on the front line are having a hell of a time dealing with this.
Right.
Right. Case in point, prominent Manhattan ER doctor on Corona's front line killed herself.
Wow.
Yeah, she couldn't take it. A prominent Manhattan emergency room doctor who had treated a staggering number of coroner's patients killed herself in Virginia. Dr. Lorna Breen, 49, the medical director, and she's the medical director of New York Presbyterian Allen's Hospital Emergency Department.
Wow.
Died by suicide in Charlottesville, Virginia. And spokesman Tyler Horn said police responded to a call Sunday seeking medical help, and Green was rushed to UVA Health System University Hospital, but succumbed to self-inflicted injuries. She gave what she had, and she's a casualty in the war in the trenches, as far as I'm concerned, said her father, Dr. Philip Green. She's a true hero. Green's father said the crush of coronavirus cases his daughter handled was overwhelming, and that she herself became ill with COVID-19. Wow. Though she went back to work after a week and a half, she had no history of depression. She was very outgoing, very energetic person who I don't know what snapped, but something flew up in her, and she ended up taking her own life. She just ran out of emotional gas. He said his daughter traveled to Charlottesville to stay with her sister after the hospital sent her home the second time. She stayed home about a week and a half, but I think she felt guilty about not being at work. Her father said the last time I talked to her was before she went for her 12-hour shift, but she couldn't finish. Just before she went back, she said that the ambulance had been waiting outside the building for over 3 hours with sick people.
Wow.
They couldn't even get the people out of the ambulance in there. Dr. Breen is a hero who brought the highest ideals of medicine to the challenging front lines of the emergency department. Words cannot convey the sense of loss we feel today.
Man, Dave Brian, what's up? Yo, that's terrible for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But prayers goes out to her family, you know what I'm saying? We gotta stay strong in this situation. It's sad.
It is. Now, one of the things we've been talking about is wearing the mask. Here in Delaware, it has become mandatory.
Mandatory to wear a mask. $500 if you don't. 6 months in jail if they get tired of asking you to put it on.
That's it.
So yeah, it's getting to be a very serious factor to our lives. It's getting ready to be a style that you have to put. Everything you put on, you're gonna have to match it with a mask now. So get prepared to do what you have to do, man.
That's it. That's what. Now, here's the crazy thing about that.
What?
Brothers in Walmart got put out for having on a mask.
Did you see that? I seen that. And this guy walked up on him, a security guard. He wasn't even a real police officer. I mean, he was really that white racist dude that, got a uniform on, and you could see it all in his face. So, I mean, it was better for him to just leave the store. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah, so they went ahead on.
Right.
Now, at the same time, some brothers got dragged off the bus for not having their mask on.
Right.
Okay. We damned if we do, we damned if we don't.
That's what I'm saying, man. We have to stand up to these white supremacists that's in these uniforms, because they'll feel like this time, okay, let's bother this guy. That's played out.
That's played out.
Terry.
Yeah. Now let me explain something to you what this is really about. Okay, because like I said, we damned if we do, we damned if we don't. All right. So Black people don't know which way to turn with this. All right. And you get to feel the pressure. What the government does when it comes to the Black community is they cause a level of chaos.
Right.
Okay. And then when that chaos comes to a certain level, they come in and they shut you down. Okay, let me explain this to you.
Explain it.
Yeah, let me give you an example. You remember when Baltimore had the riots over Freddie Gray?
Okay.
Well, it's well known by now that the Baltimore police viewed the demonstrations against police brutality with contempt. The first few demonstrations were peaceful and orderly. Despite this, the head of the Baltimore Police Union described the demonstrators as a lynch mob.
but they ain't have no weapons, no AKs,
Right.
no guns, no 9mm, no knives, no hunting apparel. Okay.
Okay. The demonstrators, though angry and passionate, remained law-abiding, as Nsoromma just explained to you, determined not to allow their passion to spur violence. The demonstrations garnered very little media attention, nor did the peaceful demonstrations give the police any opportunity to shut them down. Even when the demonstrators were attacked by racist, white drunks, and undercover provocateurs, the demonstrators policed themselves and contained their reactions. This would not do. The demonstrations had to be shown as unwarranted. The demonstrators had to be shown as misguided, overreacting, and unlawful. Something had to be done to demonize the demonstrations and give the police the moral authority to demolish the demonstrations, so the police targeted the youth. Baltimore City youth who rioted were baited by the police. They closed down Montauk Mall, schools, and buses at 1:30 on a Monday. They forced the youth out of school at 1:30, and many of them couldn't get home without the bus. Many youth walked 3 hours to get back home. Police surrounded the mall area, waiting for the teens to come out. You know the rest. From here, the youth rebelled. Cops were hurt. Youth were hurt. 250 police, Baltimore youth were arrested. Property was destroyed. The National Guard was called in. Curfew was imposed. Martial law was imposed.
Right. That's what they do. That's their setup. That's their process. That's the process of them their structure. So
it's called control out of chaos.
Right.
Control out of chaos is when the authorities provoke the citizens to a level of violence, unlawful action that allows the authorities to impose repressive control over the targeted group.
Right, that means they are able to kill you and beat you down and not even worry about it. They're able to do you dirty. Nah, that's not right. I say we need to step up and start doing them dirty. You can't not respond to a slap. Somebody come up and slap you in the face with a gun. What you gonna do? I mean, nah, you gotta respond to that type of stuff. I might not do nothing, but my 15 other brothers over there is going to do something. You understand? And that's how it got to be. It got to be like that.
Repression breeds rebellion. That's what Nsoromma just broke down to you. Repression breeds rebellion. You want to stop the demonstrations? Stop the poverty. You want to stop the reactions? Stop the systemic racism.
Right.
Stop the police murder. Stop the war on black men and black women before we find a way to stop it ourselves.
And that'll be very dangerous.
It is by the grace of God that our people are not murderously angry and vengeful.
Right now.
Right now. Right now. This is the open eye. And as I always tell you, destiny determines who enters your life, but you decide who stays. Therefore, value those who value you, and don't treat those as a priority who treat you as an option.
Yeah.
I'm Patrice Gibbs.
I'm Nsoromma.
This is
Open Eye Radio, WHGE 95.3 FM. Yeah. Thank y'all. Yo, thanks for tuning in. Yo, lady, what's up? What you up to, noob? All right, peace. Link up. Open Eye Radio.
Thanks for joining us. Let me see where some of us stand at. Where your moral compass